Welcome to
Welcome to African culture.
Welcome to African culture.
African culture is expressed in arts and craft, folklore and religion, clothing, cuisine, music, and languages. Expression of culture are abundant within Africa with large amount of culture diversity, being found not only across different countries but also within single countries.
Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Amen.
Africa. Do you picture the great savannas with lions and zebras? What about the people who live there? Africa is the second largest continent in the world and absolutely full of people. There are 47 different countries in Africa, and each of them have different culture and people who live there. If you have a chance to visit Africa, you will probably surprised to see what it's really like. There's more there than just the savanna. You'll find forest, desert, mountain. There's many different tribes who develop separate from each other. They develop their own languages and history. Today, there are 100 different languages still spoken in Africa. There are almost 900 million living there.
Cape Malay. Cape Malay refers to an ethnic group who were brought to South Africa from Southeast Asia during the slave trade. Cape Malay women wear some version of the Muslim headscarf for the religious reasons, which is mostly observed with long skirt or Middle Eastern attire at Muslim gatherings. The fashion has evolved to Western forms of casual wear, making it harder to distinguish the Cape Malays from non-Muslim. From Cape Malay, women however have adapted a variation of the knee-length top and long pants resembling the Pakistanis and Indians, rather than the long skirt worn by Malaysians and Indonesians.
African culture dance. In African societies, dance serves a complex diversity of social purposes. Within an indigenous dance tradition, each performance usually has a principal as well as a number of subsidiary purposes, which may express or reflect the communal values and social relationship of the people. In order to distinguish between the variety of dance styles, therefore, it is necessary to establish the purpose for which each dance is performed.
Traditional African religion. We generally believe in an afterlife, one or more spirit worlds, and ancestor worship is an important basic concept in mostly all African religions. Some African religions adopted different views through the influence of Islam or even Hinduism.
The traditional dress of African culture. In East Africa, the kanzu is the traditional dress worn by Swahili-speaking men. Women wear the kanga and the gomisi. In Southern Africa, distinctive shirts are worn like the long dresses they wear. For instance, South Africa is known for the Madiba shirts, whereas Zimbabwe is known for the safari shirt. The dashiki is a colorful garment for men, and women wear mostly in West Africa. It is called kitenge in East Africa and has a dominant wear in Tanzania, later in Kenya and the Somalia.
The African art and craft is rich and diverse. It is a very important part of the African heritage which has been passed on from generation to generations. The African art and crafts includes wood carvings, paintings, masks and masquerades, statues, bronze and stoneworks, clothings including batiks, weavings, tie and dye, beads, trinkets, and bracelets, leather artworks, home decor and kitchenwares, and etc. The history of African art and craft dates back to early civilizations. African craft is often associated with the production of utilitarian objects, but it is essentially about beauty, sometimes in its humblest and possibly purest form. This is especially true of pottery, where, along with appreciation of perfect form, the technical skill of crafting can also be admired, especially in the absence of even the simplest of machines like a potter's wheel.
Africa's cuisine. Traditionally, most of Africa's cuisine used a combination of locally cereal grains, available fruits and vegetables, as well as meat and milk products. The traditional diet features a preponderance of corn, fresh and healthy vegetables, whey and products milk. Depending on the region of this continent, there are also sometimes quite significant and a lot of differences in the drinking and eating habits throughout the Africa's many populations. Each have their own preparation techniques, distinctive dishes, and consumption mores. African cuisine is as diverse as the many cultures that exist on the continent, and its cuisine is not only reflective of this rich diversity but is also full of flavor.
African religion. The major of Africans are adherents of Christianity or Islam. African people combine the practice of their traditional belief with the practice of Abrahamic religions. Abrahamic religions are widespread throughout Africa. Religion in Africa is multifaceted and has been a major influence on art, culture, and philosophy. Today, the continent's various populations and individuals are mostly adherents of Christianity, Islam, and to a lesser extent several traditional African religions. In Christian or Islamic communities, religious beliefs are also sometimes characterized with the syncretism with the beliefs and practices of traditional religions.
So now we have to talk about the dress in African men. African dress, like everywhere, communicates age, gender, occupation, power, and religious commitment for every day. Celebratory, ceremonial, and ritual occasion along with fashionable Western dress. African wear, Islamic and indigenous apparel dress involves totally or partially covering the body by supplementing it with apparel and accessories such as head wraps and jewelry, and modifying the body itself with tattoos or piercing. Dressing well for Africans appropriate apparel, cosmetic, and coiffure along with magnificent heritage, graceful movement, fastidious toilet, and immaculate garments. And one of the men's clothes in Africa, and this is they call kanga or langa homi, are used and known throughout coastal East Africa and Madagascar. Often wear these pairs of lightweight clothes make a lasting impression not only for their brightly colored design, but they also for the message that emblazoned upon them.
Funeral rituals in Africa. According to Igbo funeral rites, the Igbo tribe prefer to bury their dead as quickly as possible so they can join the ancestors. Other tribes may delay the burial until family comes from far away. Today, some people choose to store their dead in a morgue for weeks or months while they wait for family members to come to collect donations or plan a fancy funeral. The day of the funeral, there is a usual procession to the burial sites, sometimes before sunrise with singing and dancing. Many bury their dead on a family land and the plot may be near the house but not planting field. Living crops won't grow.
Let's talk about cultural languages in Africa. There are several other small families and languages isolated as well, creoles and language that have yet be classified. In additional, Africa has a wide variety of sign language, many of which are language isolated. The total number of languages is natively spoken in Africa variety estimated. Around 100 languages are widely used for interethnic communication. Arabic, Somali, Berbi, Amharic, Oromo, Igbo, Swahili, Hausa, Manding, Fulani, and Yoruba are spoken by tens millions of people. 12 dialects are spoken by 75% of the 15 by 85% of African as first of or additional language, although many mid-sized languages are used on the radio and newspapers and primary school education, and some of the largest ones are considered national languages. Only a few are official and national level in Africa Union delegates languages.
African clothing is made out of animal skin for feathers and bark cloth. Very early African clothing was perhaps not well matched with usually hot conditions.
Shosholosa, Fules and Tabas, Nimelas, Pome, South Africa. Shosholosa, Fules and Tabas, Nimelas, Pome, South Africa. Wanoya Baleka, Coles and Tabas, Pome, South Africa. Wanoya Baleka, Kulas Undabas, Timelas, Pome, South Africa. Shosholosa, Undabas, Timelas, Pome, South Africa. Shosholosa, Kulas Undabas, Timelas, Pome, South Africa. South Africa.
my South Africa.